Hey Larry, back again, Worlds of Panasonic. I'm going to give you a little review of a couple pieces of my equipment. My SU-A200 preamplifier and the SE-R1 power amplifier. Start with the preamplifier. I bought this unit brand new. Sorry about the lighting once again. I'm trying to use this light to help out so you can see the unit better. I bought this unit brand new, about 1990. It's $1,000. It's Technics top of the line preamp. It had some features that's pretty good. It had a what they call a active servo power supply, which according to Technics operated exceeding that of a car battery, which is supposed to be very, very quiet, no noise. Also had a low noise volume control. Keep noise also down into the volume when you use the volume on the unit. And a direct through function, which is pretty common on a lot of amps and preamplifiers today. But it had a direct through and also a digital through on this unit. This unit did not have any tone controls. It does have a place to hook an EQ if you want. And you drop down this little door here, and behind there, you have your balance. You have a subsonic filter and tone. You just have several different controls. Also have an auxiliary input for power amp on the front in case you didn't want to hook it in the back. And it has some audio video functions also for dubbing audio video, which I never used those functions. But this unit sounds very good. I thought I had a problem with it a while back, but I think it was my cable. The cable I was using, I paid a lot of money for. It was like almost $400, but the ground on it just didn't impress me. It had plastic connector with like one little grounding spot. And after I took it to Roanoke, and they spent a month listening to it, they couldn't get it to do anything. What it was doing, it would take an occasional buzz in the speakers. And the only way you could stop is walk back and touch the cable would quit. So after all that, I decided to put new connectors on my cable, and I haven't had any issues so far. Everything's working great. So I think it was the cable the whole time. It actually wasn't the unit. But like I said, I usually play it about a quarter of the way, which is very loud. I mean, not very loud, but I mean loud enough that you really don't need to go any louder. It really has great sound quality. Now, move down. This SE-R1, I think it's around 2014. Technics was gone, of course, for a while, and they came back with a very expensive reference system, and this was their reference amp. It's 150 watt per channel to 8 ohms, 300 watt per channel, 4 ohms. The whole system, oh my gosh, if you bought the speakers and the amp and the preamp, was like $50-some thousand or something. It was outrageous. This thing retailed for a $25,000 retail price, but I think they were selling for about 15, 16, 17,000 brand new. And of course, it has the classic Technics power meters on the front, and lights up a real pretty white light with blue around the knobs. And it has a function. It's called linear adaptive phase compensation, which more or less will send test tones to your speakers, whatever speakers you have connected to this unit. And it keeps the ohms, because the ohms will, they don't stay constant. Like these speakers of mine are 6 ohms, which I'll be doing a review of them another time. And it keeps the ohms correct, and it just matches your speakers to the amp to give you better sound quality. You press the button, hold it in, and it takes about 4 minutes, and it will send test tones to the left and right speaker until everything's set up, and then the light will stay on constant. Weighs 119 pounds. Mike and I, we had a real tough time getting this thing up in the shelf because it's about 4 foot off the ground. And the first time we attempted it, we had to set it back down and had to brace my shelf to make sure it didn't fall. But it sounds great. It's a digital amplifier. Now, I know a lot of people out there don't like digital, but Technics has mastered digital. What it does is it converts everything to digital until it gets to the speaker outputs, and of course then it converts it back to analog. And now if I had the matching SU-R1 preamp that went with this, it would probably match up better even than what it does with my 200, but I think the 200 is matched up pretty good with it. I mean, but if you did have that unit, you can use a Cat 5 or Cat 7 cable for your left and right channels. Also has XLRs and of course RCAs on the back and huge speaker connectors. I mean, they're probably like over an inch and a half. They're huge. And it sounds great. I mean, it was $8,140 total after shipping and taxes and all from Canada. That's where I bought it from. And I know that's still a lot of money and people might think I'm crazy, but I really like this amp. Of course, my SE-A5 MK2 is also 150 watt per channel, but this just is new technology. You know, they've come a long way since back in the 80s. And with this amp, I think the new SU-R100 is the new amp, which took this amp's place, but it's not as big and, of course, not as big. You know, it's not as hefty and heavy as what this unit is, but it has some of the same features as this unit. But like I said, I'm happy this is my 2-channel system. This is what I listen to my CDs and sometimes records, but mostly CDs, and very happy with it. And, you know, I don't regret it. I mean, it was a lot of money, and I'm still paying for it. I had to borrow some money to get this thing, but like I said, matched us very well together, and so if you ever get a chance to get a hold of one, you can get a good price on one. I would highly recommend it. I guess that's really about all for these 2 units. Now, I did forget something the other day. I want to walk back here. When I made the video about my room, I got so busy talking about my speakers, I forgot to show my DVD collection, which, you know, I don't buy many DVDs, of course, now. It's mostly Blu-rays. This is my DVD collection. I've been getting since DVDs came out, 97 or so. And then on this other side, these are my regular Blu-rays. Now, included in here are some 4Ks, even though I don't have a 4K TV. Of course, my player's 4K. So when I buy movies now, since it's so very hard to get even 3D movies now, they're not releasing them. They're still doing it at the theater, but they're not doing it on home video, unfortunately. So these are my Blu-rays and my 4Ks. And and then my 2 subs, which was kind of dark the other day. You probably can see them better now. I did say, you know, they have great bass. Don't get me wrong. The only reason I added a 3rd sub and eventually want to add another one on their side is that's what people the trend now is at least 4 subs. Now, some people's got even more than that. You know, it's outrageous what some people do. I mean, some of them's got 8, 10 subwoofers. Looks to me like that'd vibrate all their equipment, their transistors and everything else out of their stuff, you know. But, you know, I don't think I need nothing like that. But these are good subs, 120 watts each, and got their own amps, of course, on the back. But I guess that's it for this video. My next video, when I return, I will be showing you my SBM3 monitors, Technics honeycomb disc. Give you a little history on those and tell you what they're all about. So until then, rediscover music with Technics.